What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, in this post-Transformers Rise of the Beast world that we now live in, we're going to be taking a look at the new-ish Transformers Rise of the Beasts Studio Series Core Class Arcee. Oddly enough, this figure has been really hard for me to find, but super excited to finally get her. For the package, as you can see, it is that core size box with the open window there, because this is plastic free and all that stuff. You got a cool image of Arcee up at the front, Transformers, Rise of the Beast. You got an up close image of her face. The other side here has a more pullback image of her. And she was small in the film, if you remember, and I think that this scale is going to work really well. Bikes always are weird. They're always like as big as vehicles, so that always kind of puts me off. But robot mode, she looks pretty solid. And as you can see, she transforms in 11 steps. So again, core class, fairly simple. Let's see what we got. So without further ado, let's get her out here and see how cool she actually is. And here we have Arcee opened up out of her packaging and in her new form, that being a motorcycle. As we saw in the film, well, this is meant to be a sequel to that Bumblebee movie. They didn't really, again, a lot of people complain about continuity, and even with Rise of the Beast, they didn't stay true to a lot of what we got before in the Bumblebee movie. In that, this was her. Now, yeah, it's still kind of like a motorcycle. Granted, I talked about before with the Bumblebee figures, they had to create alternate modes for them because they didn't have them in the movie. So I guess this isn't too much of a stretch, but there were definitely departures from what was created with the Travis Knight look and the look that they had in the new Rise of the Beast film. And yeah, this is a deluxe figure, so sizing is going to be considerably different because this is a core class figure. And honestly, I'm okay with that because it's a motorcycle, so it should be a little bit smaller. And where I feel the scale really helps is obviously going to be the robot mode. Now, as you can see, you do have that kind of speed sort of motorcycle look for her. You do have pink, you do have some lighter red, the tires and everything. All looks really good. I'm actually fairly impressed with it, and for the size, I'm happy with her. Now, her weapon stores here under the bottom kind of serves as a kickstand, obviously, but you can remove that. Maybe. There we go. Pull that out. And then she's just going to kind of hold on to this, but you got a little blaster thing right here, which kind of looks like it's a double barrel sort of thing, if it'll focus, which it probably won't. But yeah, you can kind of see like a little double barrel thing on there. And then she just holds it. But as soon as you take it off, yeah, can't do really much with her. But overall, I mean, it's a motorcycle. You got her hands back here. Everything else cleans up pretty decently. And I think core classes work really good as motorcycle. If you make this a deluxe, this is ridiculously oversized, I think. But, you know, pretty simple. Now, transformation, first you're going to want to detach this. Kind of pull this away. There's some slots underneath here that this big giant section kind of tabs into. So you pull that away just like that. And then you can come around here and split the tires. And you're going to bring that all the way out, and that's basically going to be her legs. And then you can straighten these out, kind of just get that out of the way for right now. Come around here, you can then take this whole assembly here and rotate this around. And this is obviously where a lot of stuff is going to kind of happen. You're going to bring this up towards the back. These legs are going to rotate here, and then they're going to come down. This, you can take this separates, but it looks dumb to leave it off, so just kind of rotate it around and then just kind of set it up there. And then take these legs, just split these. This section here, you're going to hinge this back, and then this whole section will come back and form the leg. So again, bring this whole section out like that on that hinge, and then bring that all the way back and sit that there. She does, in robot mode, have a lot of stuff hanging off of her, and you're already seeing a lot of it. So that is definitely one of the criticisms about this figure. But then you're going to take these arms, you split these, and then bring these down, just like that, and then take the head, bring this back, and that will lock into place. And there you have her in a robot mode. And again, solid looking robot mode. I mean, I am in general happy with it, and from the front there, it looks pretty good. The back section obviously gets a lot of extra junky. This, like I said, if you take this off, you can't really do much. That's as high as that goes. So you kind of have a giant butt thing down here, or you can take this and put that in. It just kind of balances out the halves. So robot mode, unfortunately, is, in my opinion, the weakest. I kind of also wish that this would lock in somehow there. You also have these big giant tires here in the back. Now, in the film, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, she does have tires up here, but they're meant to be up here, kind of as little wings. So I wish there was a way that they could have done that. In general, it's not a bad looking little bot. It really, really isn't. A lot of good detail on here as well. When you come in, let me zoom in. Good detail in terms of the paint. You got some nice eye paint on there. You got the face and everything. Some nice gunmetal gray. You got silver, and you can see the reddish and the pink kind of throughout the entire thing. It's just those, like I said, little extra bits hanging off on the back really does clamor her up, and it kind of limits articulation and such. Now, for some comparisons, I know I brought out, I'm not doing any cutting in this video, but I know I brought her out, but let's see, here she is with Pablo. So again, scaling wise, I'm liking what they're doing here. It's pretty decent. Here we have Bumblebee, more specifically how Bumblebee looked, again, spoiler alert, at the end of the film. So there's that, and then of course I don't have Mirage. Mirage is not available to me yet, and this is the Bumblebee version of Optimus Prime, but didn't really change too terribly much. You can see, I think that the sizing here works fairly well. She was smaller as a character, but obviously this version of her gets considerably bigger. But again, she's the deluxe, so it makes sense. But I do really like this scale. I think that it is overall a good look for them, and I do appreciate Hasbro keeping that scale going forward. Like I said, she does have her gun that she can hold on to. You got little holes right here. You just have her hold on to it. If I can find that, there we go. Come on, get in. What is happening? It's because I'm holding it backwards. What's wrong with me? There we go. So she can hold her gun, and you can have her jumping around and shooting and stuff. So again, an overall like from the front, she looks good. And then I just wish they put a hinge here, because that would allow that to collapse a whole lot better than it does. But in general, she's very cool looking, and she fits with her comrades fairly well. So I'm happy with it. I do just wish that it was a little bit more clean with the back area and such. Articulation wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you can rotate that fairly decently. It looks up and down and everything, and again, a very Arcee looking head, which I like. Ball joints here for the shoulders. You also do have that hinge as kind of part of the transformation, so you get a good range of motion with that shoulder, which I do like. You also do have ball joints at the elbow for forward and back, in and out, all that fun jazz. What is this? What was that? No, okay. Nothing at the hand, obviously. As part of the transformation, she does also have waist rotation, which is nice. The hips do move forward and back, in and out. But again, now we're getting to the part where there's like a lot of bumping into things. So like bending the knee, not easy to do, because this giant flipping tire, and I don't think there's any real way that you can force that down and in more. I mean, because it sits right there. So maybe if you actually could rotate that a little bit further, that would have been helpful to kind of concealing that. So a lot of the knee articulation is limited by these big giant tires here in the back. But do I wish that they do a better version of her in the future? Yes. If they were able to somehow, I mean, I just don't know what they really could do that would still keep her very small. I mean, they have been making small deluxe figures lately, so I mean, I guess it's possible that they could, but I really still think that this scale is just about perfect, in my honest opinion. I think that she just looks really good, and realistically, it is the proper size for her. So it's really hard to want a deluxe of her, knowing that the robot mode is, in my opinion, gonna suffer. But if this is all we get, I'm content. I'm not gonna be overly critical, but I ultimately would be happier if we got a bigger version that allowed a lot of things to kind of get cleaned up. But there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Transformers Rise of the Beast Core Class Arcee. If you'd like to add her to your collection, she is hitting various retail locations right now, so good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, the real simple way to get her is by going online to places like Big Bad Toy Store or even Entertainment Earth. For both of those places, I'll put links right down there in the video description, where you can swing on over and check out availability on her, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. And as a special bonus for all of you viewers of mine, if you choose to use that link to go and buy things from Entertainment Earth, in addition to being able to get free shipping on orders over a certain amount, you'll also automatically save yourself 10% off of any in-stock order that you place, helping to help you save some money and at the same time show your support for my channel. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. As always, I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and auf Wiedersehen.